Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Alan, this is my life in Taiwan, and welcome to the beautiful Wanhe Temple here in Nantun Morning Market. Interestingly, one of the 4 biggest Manzu temples in Taichung, but we are not here to talk about temples all day today. We are here for food. Today is going to be an extra special journey of food across Taichung. I'm going to be eating Michelin rated Loro Fan meals right throughout the day, starting here in Nantun and ending way up in the beautiful mountains of Shinse. I am super excited to be eating the best of the best Loro Fan and really getting into the culture and the history of the food and finding out how each restaurant makes their dish special compared to the others. Enough talking for now, let's have a little bit of a look around this morning market and get to the first Loro Fan restaurant, which is just around the corner. Taichung Wanhe Temple is one of the most ancient temples in Taiwanese culture and brings with it many legendary stories over the past 300 years. And as Wanhe Temple is a level 3 historic monument and a national treasure, I definitely recommend a visit next time you're in Taichung. But I also do have to say that I absolutely love one thing about Taiwanese culture, and that's how wherever you find a temple, you'll find people gathering, selling their fruits and vegetables, eating breakfast, lunch, dinner. It's a really enthusiastic 很热闹的感觉. Really love it, but like I said, hungry for breakfast, so let's go get some Loro Fan. So the first Michelin Loro Fan of the day brings us here to Xiao Cu Dian, a small 2-tabled restaurant with an incredibly proud, hardworking chef who I wanted to talk to and ask about the culinary nuances of his particular Loro Fan. 你好.
Hi, 你好. What's your name?
我是 Alan 英国叔叔 James.
Yeah.
好高兴认识你。我想问你的 Loro Fan 有什么特色？
有什么特色？我是台南人
哦，真的，
我们都是台南人。那其实这边的我们台南的味道的话，跟中北部每个地方做出来的风味，卤肉饭是台湾小吃，跟每个地方北中南做出来的风味都是不太一样的。
哦 ，OK。
对，那像南部的话，我们是有加一点点的海鲜跟一些配方秘密配方在里面。那我会觉得说，您今天来的话，你可以吃吃看，它的口味的话会跟别人不一样。那我们做的话是稍微带肥肉的。
哦，肥肉，对。
对，肥肉的，那它吃起来胶质是非常非常的丰富。对，那您今天可以去尝尝看，它的味道跟北部和你中部或其他地方吃的地方到底有哪些不一样。
OK， 厉害厉害。So huge thanks to Chef James for answering my questions while he was busy working away, and more thanks to him for preparing this 招牌 Loro Fan 便当, which I was amazed to discover was only gonna cost me 73 NT for Michelin rated food here in Dayelu, Taichung. Cannot be beaten. CP 值很高, but I think there's not much left to do other than get stuck in and start enjoying the first Loro Fan of the day. Ooh-wee. That might be the most delicious, best value food I have ever eaten. I cannot believe that is 73 NT. 你确定吗？是73块. Now, I know some of you may be thinking that $73 for Loro Fan is expensive, but when we consider that this is a Michelin-rated restaurant using their bibidong system, I think it's absolutely amazing to be getting anything for less than $100 that's been rated by expert chefs from around the world, qualifying as bibidong Michelin-rated food. So yes, as a foodie on a budget, this BB Gourmand system is perfect for me. And from reading the Michelin Guide's website, I found that this restaurant is actually one of their newly listed properties, and the list continues to grow as restaurants in Taichung and Taipei are added continuously on the second Wednesday of every month. So go check it out and see if any restaurants nearby you are added to the list. A nice braised egg with a slice of Taiwanese sausage down the hatch. Even the egg is cooked absolutely perfectly, just past banso, not completely cooked, really soft, liquidy center. Oh my goodness, if every food is as good as this today, I'm gonna be a very happy boy. I certainly was a happy boy so far, and add to the Loro Fan some delicious side dishes, such as these incredibly delicious spicy chili bamboo shoots. The texture is somewhere between soft and crunchy, but the flavors and the sauce that it's soaked in, absolutely blowing my mind. This delicious concoction of eggplant, garlic and coriander. That's a taste sensation. And after finishing the meal off with some blanched vegetables, it's got a peanut sauce, huasanjiang. Wow, really good. It was time to wash it down with some black tea, get out to the next location, and after getting a little bit lost, I found the perfect person to ask for directions to the next Michelin restaurant. 老板，你的餐厅在哪里？ It's behind you. 好，豆沙。So yes, the next restaurant we arrived at was Loro Fan. And as I planned to do at every restaurant today, the first stop was to get into the kitchen and ask the chef to introduce the specialities of his Loro Fan. 你们的 Loro Fan 有什么特色？
我们比较口味是比较传统的口味，就是台湾人一般喜欢的酱油、胡椒、五香粉。
好，
对，就是很传统、很一般家庭妈妈式的口味。
哦，真的。Being told I was about to eat a Loro Fan that this chef considers to be of a mother's flavor level was exciting and indeed mouth-watering. And watching as he prepared this relatively simple dish with the care and attention that such a culturally important delicacy deserves made me feel honored to have been welcomed into his kitchen. But of course, the most important part was yet to come, as it was time to taste my second Michelin-rated Loro Fan of the day. And it's time for lunch, so I've headed to Loro Fan. And again, I was lucky enough, as I was ordering, I asked if I can get in and talk to the chef. So once again, Ingwo Susu bringing you behind-the-scenes access. Gee! So once again, Ingwo Susu bringing you behind-the-scenes access to the real Michelin-rated kitchens of Taichung. But it's been about an hour or so since my last Loro Fan, so I'm a bit hungry. Time to get this one down the hatch. 真的不一样哎 ，different, very different to the first one. There's a little more 酸的口味. These pickled cucumbers really add an extra bit of crunch to that soft, tender meat. For such a simple dish, there's so many flavors going on inside there. Absolutely, really interesting, really delicious. And as you've no doubt noticed, this restaurant serves a much more simple, straightforward Loro Fan. Not so many side dishes. So at $35, I think this is incredible value. And the accoutrements we do have is a Taichung staple sauce. Dongxian La Jiao, absolutely must add to any dish eaten in Taichung. Let's sprinkle a little bit of spicy sauce over the top, and let's see how that boosts this dish to the next level. My goodness, absolutely perfect. And as the chef mentioned, he feels his dish has more of a mother's cooking, like a home style cooking. Now my mum, of course, cannot cook Loro Fan, but I'm sure if she could, this is exactly what it would taste like. Delicious. So thanks to everyone at the Loro Fan restaurant for a delicious second meal of the day. But it was time to cross the city from north to south for my third Michelin-rated Loro Fan I'm going to be eating today. I've come here to the Xinyuan restaurant at the beautiful Edo Yanglong location, and luckily for me, there's lots to do and see here, so I can have a little bit of a walk around, film some beautiful locations for you, because as you can imagine, after 2 Loro Fan already, I'm not incredibly hungry, so let's have a little bit of a look around, guang isha, and then we'll get to that third Michelin-rated Loro Fan of the day. Yes, this beautiful Edo Mansion is one of Taichung City's most historical buildings and was the former residence of local businessman Lin Maoyang, and was built between 1924 and 1928 to celebrate his marriage to Miss Lai. The architecture is a mixture of traditional Taiwanese combined with Japanese touches and a modern Western style, and is now a popular attraction for tourists and locals alike in Taichung, and of course for people like me looking to come and eat in the exceptionally traditionally decorated restaurant. But as usual, before eating, I gained access to the kitchen and asked the chef to introduce his Loro Fan. 你可以介绍你的 Loro Fan 的特色一点点吗？
OK， 我们的卤肉饭的特色啊，就是以传统的台式的这样子的一个卤肉饭。可是我们在卤肉饭的部分，我们又把它升级了。我们让它更加的豪华。不是一个传统的这个小吃而已。OK。对。所以我们里面加了一整颗的这样子的一个鲍鱼下去卤。我超喜欢鲍鱼。我的儿子住在南非。南非的鲍鱼很有名。OK。对，所以我很期待吃。好啊，没问题。我去吃，谢谢。So from the chef's explanation, I was expecting an exceptionally special Loro Fan to be put in front of me, but what I wasn't expecting was the feast that accompanied it. The restaurant went above and beyond in spoiling me for my visit, and as there were so many foods, I asked if they had someone who could introduce them to me. So I was joined by restaurant owner Nunu.
Yes.
Thank you for inviting me here. Thanks for this amazing display of food. I'm hoping you can introduce some of these foods to me. Is that okay?
No problem. Which one would you like to introduce first?
Well, I think as this video is all about Loro Fan,
Loro Fan,
I would love to start with this exceptional looking Loro Fan.
Yes.
I spoke to the chef earlier and he introduced it as a speciality that's only available for reservation.
Yes, and only for SVIP.
And this is Baoyu abalone. Look at that. Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go for it. I feel guilty
It's okay.
You sitting next to me eating, and I'm eating such luxury food. Here we go. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That is insane. That is
Taiwanese style. Yeah.
Taiwanese style abalone
Yeah.
with Loro Fan. One of the most simple, basic foods that you can eat in Taiwan with a really luxury ingredient.
Do you like chili?
我可以吃辣，可以啊。
一点点。
Wow, just a little bit, okay.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Don't want to set myself on fire, okay. Oh my goodness, that is so good.
好吃吗？
So good. This was indeed another 10 out of 10 Loro Fan, as were the first two that I had already eaten. And it wasn't just the Loro Fan at this restaurant that was incredibly delicious. The next dish Nunu introduced for me was Taiwanese sausage.
Taiwanese sausage.
Perfect, so good. Next up was a plate of crispy, crunchy, deep-fried sweet potato fries. Wow, okay, let's give it a go. Oh, nice. Really crispy and crunchy on the outside,
yes,
but light and fluffy on the inside. Following the fries, I was served with an incredible steamed Taiwanese tilapia with chili oil and garlic dressing. Oh, wow, that looks amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, 很大块.
Wow. 好吃吗？
超好吃. That is amazing. I'm definitely going to come back and eat that again.
Yes.
I don't live far away from here, so I'm coming back for sure, definitely.
Cool.
Yeah. Another delicious Michelin meal that deserved a big round of applause, and of course a big thanks to Nunu, but soon enough it was time to get on the road and leave the city centre and head out into the mountains of Shinse, where we arrived at Gusen restaurant, where I'm guessing there's going to be some kind of mushroom-based Loro Fan. Let's get inside, check it out, and see if we can talk to the chef about his specialty Loro Fan. 你可以帮我介绍你的 Loro Fan 的特色？
好的，我们的花菇肉燥饭哦，首先就是花菇的部分，我们的菇特别在于它是种在木头上的香菇去做的。
哇 ，OK。
对，现在一般的香菇都是种在太空包，但是我们老板为了追求最极致的这个口感的话，他就去找了种在木头上的香菇。
没错。
对，然后所以我们在肉燥里面的话，你可以看到这个厚厚的切丁。那因为我们这个香菇呢，是采自这个冬天的香菇哦，所以它长的速度特别慢。OK， 所以它的肉会长得特别的厚。啊 ，OK。所以你吃起来除了有肉燥它本来的香气之外，还会有香菇的味道。OK， 对。
As expected at a mushroom restaurant, Henry had explained that mushrooms were a key ingredient in their Loro Fan, but as well as a bowl of Loro Fan, they had also prepared for me their specialty mushroom hot pot with a whole host of extra dishes, but the main focus had to be on the fourth and final Loro Fan of the day, which came with this extra special mushroom sausage. Let's get stuck in and see how it compares. Completely different flavor to any of the Loro Fan I've eaten today. The mushroom flavor is really strong, really high quality mushrooms, really giving off a good flavor. And the thing I'm most excited about is this cute little mushroom sausage. This is their speciality. I'm very excited to try it. That mushroom sausage reminds me much more of a Western style sausage. I think the mushroom umami flavor of the mushroom really gives it much more savory flavor, a much more savory taste compared to some Taiwanese sweeter sausage. So that is one of the best Taiwanese sausages I've eaten in a long time. And as I was eating this delicious meal, it seemed Chef Henry knew the only way to make it better for me.
来点切一下。
Henry told me off camera that he's watched my videos before, so he knows me very well. Cheers. A pint of beer and a Michelin-rated feast in front of me. Can life get any better than this? I'm not too sure. Life certainly does feel good when you spoil yourself with Michelin-rated foods, but the great thing about the BB Dung system from Michelin is that the prices are incredibly reasonable and you don't have to break the bank to really treat yourself to exceptionally cooked food using the perfect ingredients. So I encourage anyone watching to get out and try one of these or the many other Michelin-rated restaurants restaurants in Taichung, they really will amaze you. And as for me, there was certainly too much food for one person to eat, so I invited Henry to share some food with me before it was time to get outside and wrap the video up.
Oh my goodness, what an absolutely delicious Loro Fan to end the day on, not to mention the rest of the accompaniment foods that made up an absolutely delicious feast for me to end my day. And I just want to say before I go, I really encourage anybody watching this to travel to Taichung, get out, try the Taichung food. Taichung is a culinary hotspot of Taiwan, not to mention all of the other activities and things to do and see here in this beautiful city. Thanks of course to all of the chefs that invited me into their kitchen and explained their specialities to me. I really appreciate getting to know about Taiwanese cuisine a lot more. But I think it's time for me to go home as usual and sleep off all of that food I've eaten today. So thanks for watching. As for now, as always, I'll see you next time in my life in Taiwan. Peace. Bye bye.